Hello and welcome to the Real View Shorts. The very first episode. The Real View Show is back, well, sort of. Follow, like, share and subscribe and hit that notification button to make sure you're up to date with any episodes going on and any other videos on this channel. For those of you who don't know, I used to do a show called the Real View Show podcast. It was on YouTube purely and SoundCloud maybe. Basically it was back when the world as we knew it had ended. I'm talking of course about lockdown and all that madness. But yeah, I had a lot of free time so I was doing that. But as time moved on, life got back to normal sort of and busier and different and whatnot. So I kind of had to cut it sadly. But yeah, I thought let's bring it back slowly but surely. But this is like the Real View Show but a shortened version. Hence the Real View Shorts. This show's their podcast or whatever you call it is purely just going to be the review of the movie. I may time to time have a guest talk about the movie with me, just kind of thoughts and whatever. And yeah, that's kind of what the show is in a nutshell. I'm not sure how regular it's going to be yet, but this episode that you're watching right now is on Blink Twice. It's a rough cut, so there could be spoilers anywhere. So just going to sound that spoiler alarm right now, just so you know. So this episode is on Blink Twice, directed and written by Zoe Kravitz with E.T. Feigenbaum, starring Naomi Ackie and Channing Tatum. Yeah, I saw this with my wife and it's interesting. We'll talk about it some more, but she joins me on this review, so listen up. Hope you enjoy it and I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, Blink Twice. So this was this was a really cool thriller. I saw this over the weekend, National Cinema Day. With me is Ebony G to talk about it. Just some further thoughts really on what we thought about, what we liked about it, what maybe we didn't like about it. But yeah, shall I go first or do you want to jump in? Or just jump in with whatever thoughts you have. Yeah. So yeah, like sort of from the beginning, we missed the very beginning, didn't we? Yeah. Annoyingly, but I don't think we missed much. But basically, the setup is she's obviously a cocktail waitress. And her and her friends sort of like hustle their way in to this exclusive party for this tech giant mogul guy. I forget his name now, but played by Channing Tatum. And yeah, you sort of get the sense that Naomi Akkie's character, Frida, just wants a taste of the high life in it. Yeah. And yeah, it was sort of interesting to see her character sort of the way she sort of managed to nuzzle herself in, Channing Tatum's character sort of takes an interest to her. And at first it seems quite like a sort of innocent, maybe sort of romance sort of fling thing. He invites her. It's almost like I don't know, what's that? Movies like
Private Island that he takes her to.
Yeah, but it like sort of reminds me of like that kind of like, dynamic of like Pretty Woman or, the Shining White Knight sort of coming to give her a taste of the high life or whatever. And yeah, they go on that. And yeah, from I would say fairly early on, there's just a weirdness.
Yeah, everything is in the room is very white. I even commented on that, didn't I? I was like, why is everything so white and like nothing else is going on? Like you see the characters, but you don't see much of the actual room. Like where are they? Where is this place? And yeah, that it makes it quite bold and quite striking, which is cool. And when they meet, it's kind of like you don't suspect that he's crazy or in any term of the sense.
Yeah,
you just see that he knows. It looks like he knows everybody. He's flirty.
Yeah, everything that's legit in it.
Like, because even to the point where he left to go to his island and then came back for her. Came back to say, would you want to go? And that even in itself seems innocent because if he was stalking her from time, he would have just been like on it, like, do you want to come?
Yeah, like
straight away,
pushy, but
rather than go away and come back.
Yeah, definitely.
So I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah, and like even as like she's getting ready in the room, like even her friend makes a comment of, don't you find it weird how they was clothes for us? And like everyone seems to come out in these clothes, like
they're the same clothes that
all
women wear,
the same colour
white.
Scheme, white. And I can't remember the guys wearing white as well. I think they might have been.
I don't think so.
No,
I think they had their own clothes.
Okay. Oh yeah, well I remember the guy with the beard. So I don't know if you noticed this. He's got quite a baby face, right? There's a guy with a beard. He's actually the kid from Sixth Sense.
Oh, shut up! Really?
Yeah, really. So he's been obviously he was a child actor and he's sort of been away for a while. I think his name is like Haley something, but he'd been away for a while and came back for like he's done a few bits. He's been in The Boys and stuff like that. But I recognise him. So he's still pretty much got the same face, just all bearded up and a bit chubbier.
I have to look at that.
You have to look him up. But yeah, anyway, so they're all on this island and this retreat, and it's like, it's that proper like I think. It sort of falls into the category in some ways of these like sort of you have a lot of these new films of where it's kind of like lifestyles of the rich and famous, but actually be beneath all the glitz and the glamour, they're very kind of either messed up or flawed people, and in that regard, I think it falls into that kind of like Triangle of Sadness, which I haven't seen yet, but I understand it's that same kind of thing. What's that drama that was on HBO? I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, those kind of things. And just sort of seeing that side, that lavish side of life, and that maybe it's not all what it equals up to. But anyway, like I say, there's this kind of weirdness, a bit of strangeness, where it's kind of like everything's not as it seems. Everything's not as... Maybe not everyone's having the best time in the world or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's like you can tell something's happening to them at nighttime, but you're not quite sure what it is.
That's right, because there's little like clues when they wake up the next morning, like they might have dirt under their fingernails, or they might have a random nosebleed or something.
Like, well, how did I get that? Oh, you fell out of a tree or something like that.
That's right. It's always just kind of explained away, but you don't actually see what happens. And then basically the overall thing of the story is, and big spoiler here, is that they're basically all being drugged via this sort of I think it's the perfume that makes them forget, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a perfume. Yeah, so they're being drugged by these like drops of stuff that they're getting, and then the perfume makes them forget what happened. So then these men that are with these women are then like sexually abusing them, basically. Like
honestly, the reveal is just horrendous. You're just like,
crazy.
What?
Crazy, like we don't expect it to be that at all. You may think, oh, maybe they've just had too much to drink and they're just partying, but it is definitely a crazy turn. And even the main guy,
Channing Tatum's character,
he's inviting people to this island to come and like basically rape these women, and then the women wake up the next morning and forget this all happened. They're having a great time, they've forgotten all about it.
Yeah, there's even one scene where it's at night, right, like late into the night, and all the women are running. And then, like, one of them turns around and goes, wait, why are we running? And then, like, they all start laughing. They're like, why are we running? What's going on?
It's only afterwards, isn't it, that we clocked. They're running because they're trying to run away from the men.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's very disgusting and creepy.
And kind of, like, I mean, I don't know how... Obviously, big ups to Zoe Kravitz on her directorial debut. I think she did a brilliant job. And it's a really well-written movie. But I feel like there is this kind of like... And it might be too obvious to say that it is, but I feel like it must be a commentary on like sort of rape culture and, sort of, because it's a lot of like... Well, we were talking earlier about like sort of authoritative white male energy. Like, it's a lot of that, basically. A lot of like sort of entitlement and just men... doing what they're going to do, you know what I mean, regardless of anyone's feelings, whether it's right or wrong, I want this, so therefore it shall happen kind of thing.
And also like Harvey Weinstein, isn't it a reflection of like what was going on?
Yeah, I guess,
they all have these private islands that it would take someone to do all these things to them and then pay them a lot of money to not say nothing. Right. Forget that even happened.
Sure. And they even like inviting people to, because I can't remember the guy's name now, but very famous actor played Channing's therapist, supposedly, and he was invited out to sample this, this bohemian male, whatever, And, so there's a bit of commentary on that and, like, just abuse and sort of abuse of power, I guess. And, it was quite interesting. It was... there were, like, the moments of weirdness become more and more frequent, especially as Frida, Naomi Akkie's character, starts recalling, like, because basically what happens is her friend that came with her gets bitten by a snake, and what is the snake venom makes you remember. And so, like, her friend, like, sort of begins unraveling, freaking out. But what we don't realise is that suddenly her friend's just gone. And even I, like, turned to her, we like, where's her friend? Like,
and even, like, what is her name? Frida,
yeah.
Even Frida didn't realise that her friend had been missing. She's
right.
just carrying on as normal.
Yeah.
And all the audience are like, but where's your friend, though?
Yeah, and they had this clever sort of tell where her friend Jess, that was her. Jess has a lighter that everyone keeps asking for. Yeah. And so she lets them borrow it a couple times, but then the next time there's this like stoner girl and she's asked for a lighter, and she goes, "Oh, here you go." And then it sort of clicks to Frida because it's got Jess's name on the lighter. Yeah,
but it only clicks to Frida because there's this creepy woman.
Oh, yeah.
Creepy woman the whole way through.
Well, you think she's creepy.
You think she's creepy. And she doesn't speak hardly any English. So it's just like, but what are you trying to tell me? She just keeps calling her Red Rabbit.
Red
Rabbit.
Yeah.
And she said, what does that even mean? But she makes her drink what she thinks is like alcohol. Turns out to be
pure snake venom.
Pure snake venom. Hey, why are you drinking something from someone?
Like the whole thing about it, like even go into the island not knowing these people. Yeah,
right.
That's stupid within itself. And then you get given the drink by some random maid who keeps calling you Red Rabbit. Yeah. You don't see her drink it, and then you're like, why not?
And then obviously it's disgusting, but then that helps her to remember what's going on. So really, she helped her. Yeah, she was helping her, but hey. When your parents told you when you were little, don't talk to strangers, that's fundamental right here. That really should have been listened to from this woman.
Yeah, that's true. But we also find out from Frida that her mum killed herself or something like that.
Okay, but even in school, she should have learned the lesson. Don't talk to strangers, let alone take some green drink from a woman that can't even speak English. You know what I mean?
Red Rabbit.
She's just calling her Red Rabbit for no reason. Yeah, I'll take your drink. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, it helped her remember. And I like the way that she kept cool because some of them, they were giving the drinks then to the other girls like as shots. So obviously mixing it with alcohol.
Yeah, with I think it was tequila or something.
But when her and the Latina girl started coming round and remembering things, they kind of kept their cool, had a game plan and how they're going to overthrow these men, basically. But the others just went psycho. They came back to remembrance and then started killing up everybody. It was just like, okay, you guys had no game plan, but these two girls did, and they survived.
And I don't know if it's sorry to cut you off. I don't know if it's because they basically both Frida and this other woman who I can't remember her name, but they both had pure straight snake venom, alcohol. Whereas for the others they had to kind of trick them into having it because obviously, like, I don't know, if you got someone say, here, drink this snake venom, something's going on. Be like, no, what's going on with you? So yeah, they end up doing shots. So I feel like it being mixed with alcohol obviously got them drunk as well. And so it took a while for them to come around. And when they came around, like, my goodness,
they
just
were
like
seeking vengeance,
full on rage. Like my girls got grabbed and actually that was the that was one of the that was the Latinx girl. She had the ice pick and was jerking man up. But the other girl, she like slit man's throat. Another girl chasing another man down, and just like, oh man, it was brutal.
It's kind of like the hunted became the huntees. So I like that switch in power dynamic. Them taking control.
Yeah, it was very much a moment of like kind of girl power. Quotes.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very interesting.
Very visceral as well, like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore. Thrillers are more like mentally...
Yeah, I feel like it had a lot of the mental, and then it's only switched over to the...
horror, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of blood.
But also, like, I think when you think about the duration of the film, it was only really that last sort of... That last act where it all was like...
kicked off, mate. Everybody was dying left, right and centre. I was like, who's actually going to survive this place? And then the whole place set on fire. It's like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to die. But no, are we allowed to say who survives? Or?
I mean, yes, we're in spoilers now, isn't it?
Okay, well, great. So yeah, obviously our main girl survives, which is great.
The black girl made it. Woo.
Yeah,
black girl magic.
Exactly. And I'd love to see a black lead as well. And she, like I said, she survived.
Yeah, and you know what as well? It was interesting as well from like a black point of view. It was a black lead, but it wasn't like this is the black girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was very much she happened to be black.
Yeah, she was a girl who happened to be black, and that was great. There wasn't that whole
let me take my earrings off.
Yeah, like what was it called?
Stereotype.
There wasn't a stereotype or a trope of like this is a black girl. It's like it's literally a girl who's black and is fighting for her life to survive.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that. I think we need more of that.
Yeah, and I think it's getting better.
And it was a mixed cast,
like across the board.
Literally.
Apart from the men, were they all white men? Yeah. As I say, I think that commentary was there. Yeah. But
all the women were different races.
Yeah, you had like I think you had a white girl, Latinx girl, black girl, black girl. Her friend was Jewish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's a Jewish actress as well. She was in Arrested Development. You never watched that.
I never watched that.
And the mixed race girl. Yeah.
So
she went hood at one point as well. She was like, they were like talking at the table, just talking about the holiday in general and saying how they feel and whatnot. And this girl was just suddenly like got really like sort of caught up in this sisterhood and was just like, I don't know you girls from before, but just being here with you, I would kill for you. And it just got all gangster and hood with her. I was just like, okay. This one is going to be chopping heads for him when she comes round. And she did. And at least she tried anyway.
And I like the way that they tried to incorporate the title as well. It's like blink twice if you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. It was said twice, wasn't it? In the movie, I think. Yeah. All twice.
Oh, it said twice.
Yeah.
And
There's other things about.
So basically at the end, well, the therapist or said therapist, so basically she's at basically the same room they were at the beginning, but there's a whole like power dynamic shift where she is now married to Tatum's character. He has forgotten everything, and then she meets up with the supposed therapist. And he's like, because he's probably like raped her 1,000 times, right? And thinking that she would have forgotten about it, but now she knows everything. He knows that she knows everything. Yeah,
at first he tries to be like, I don't believe we met before, and then she's turns around quick.
We've met. It's just like
calls out his name and everything.
That's awkward. But in the beginning, she said, "Blink twice if you're in trouble." Obviously, thinking just as a joke.
Yeah. And he's sort of like taken aback by it, wasn't he? Was he?
No,
it was sort of a bit more playful.
But at the end, she blunk once, and I said blunk, thinking like it's actually blinked once. Yeah.
Well, maybe we're making a change in the dictionary.
I blunk once.
Yeah.
But no, she blinked once.
It's a prequel.
Meaning that she wasn't in trouble anymore because obviously she now had power over the situation.
Yeah. So basically,
and I love that reference.
Yeah, and at the end, it sort of comes to a standoff between her Tatum's character and the Latinx girls also survived, who was a previous reality TV star on a show called Bikini Survivor Girls or something like that. And she does allude to the fact that she knows a lot about how to survive or whatever.
Yeah, she can fight.
Yeah, man. But anyway, beyond that, it's like basically the whole place is burning down. It's like Shannon's managed to hogtie this Latinx girl. Frida's hogtied. And it just looks horrendous, horrible. But Frida managed to find some broken glass on the floor. And while Tatum is doing this whole monologue, which is just a crazy monologue, by the way, about like forgiveness and how forgiveness isn't real.
Yeah, and I could say sorry to you, but you're not going to forgive me after all things. And he kept saying, I'm sorry. Like he got nuts with it. Just kept repeating it for about 2 minutes. Right?
Yeah, and to be honest, the whole thing was my man's just repeating, I'm sorry, but the way he does it was so captivating. It's like even to the point where I was like, I can see Frida trying to like free herself as she's doing it, but I'm even distracted like, like usually when in that situation, like, come on, go, hurry up. But even I was like, just enthralled by this guy. Like,
he was
my
doing.
goodness,
he's obviously unhinged, and
oh,
something
very
has
much
happened
so.
to him in his past. That
He even said stuff about it.
Yeah, so he can't remember anything from before he was 10 or something. Like
yeah.
Oh, do you remember? Because his sister was there on the island. We thought it was his mum because she looked kind of old.
But you think it's his? I'm still not sure. Maybe, probably.
It was his sister.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to forget whatever her dad had done.
Or whatever, the tennis instructor or someone they said.
Oh, was it tennis instructor? I thought it was their dad.
It might have been. Something. I don't know. But,
so basically, he can't remember what happened before he was 10. And he thinks this is a great way to live. Basically, yeah. And, hurt people and
just so everyone forgets about it or whatever. Everyone's fun. Okay. But, what was interesting about her character, played by Geena Davis of Thelma and Louise fame and other movies, of course. But, she was... her character, like, she just seemed like, like an assistant, you get in these sort of situations, you get this doting assistant that just does everything without question, no matter how they're treated or whatever. And, basically gets to a point where Naomi Ackie and the other girl get her to do the shots with the snake venom in it. And she's doing the thing. She's chucking them back, boy. And later on, she sort of stumbles into Naomi Ackie, Frida's room, and it's like just you can see something's a bit off, but we take it, and so does Frida's character. Naomi Akkie's character takes it that she's starting to remember, and then all of a sudden it's like. She remembers everything, but she ain't happy about it. Like she sort of has known and knows what's going on, but she even screams at her, forgetting is a gift, and is trying to kill her and stuff. So it's just a bit mad of the sort of what's the word, like when you have someone who should be an ally, but okay. She's actually...
She's a snake.
Yeah, she's just willing to go along with whatever as long as she gets an easy life. Yeah. She's a snake. There are quite a few snakes. She's a snake. But anyway, what I was saying about Naomi Ackie is she manages to free herself and the whole place is burning down, and then then it cuts to outside. Naomi Ackie is dragging someone. You can't see because you can only see like a lot of interesting shots as well as an aside, like as most thrillers do, but where you're only shown part of the scene or part of what's going on. But with this one, it was just shot in a really interesting way. Like there was like a shot from the legs down at one point, and the shadows moving, and you can't tell what's happening. And anyway, in this shot in particular, it's like from the shoulders up, and she's just dragging someone because you can hear the dragging, you can see the motion, but you can't see who. And then she makes it outside the burning building, and she just sort of like collapses on the grass, and then manages to sit up. And then this Latinx girl who you thought she was dragging sits up next to her and they're talking. So you're like, who are you dragging? And then pan out, and obviously it's Channing, and she saved him for the purpose of basically marrying him, making him forget, take everything he owns. And she becomes the new head of the tech agency. I can't remember what it's called. Something tech. And basically power move. At first I was like, why are you saving this man? Because I didn't know what she was planning. Yeah. And even the girl's like, I hope you know what you're doing. Yeah. And she just totally takes it all. She's even introduced at this whole, private party thing that she first tried to infiltrate or, gate crash as the head of or the owner of blah blah blah.
Exactly. So she owned it all. But what was interesting and what we found out around about the middle of it, the fact that the crazy lady was calling her Red Rabbit is because she had previously been there before. So this wasn't her first time.
Because there's even that lip gloss.
There's a lip gloss in there. Whatever. Yeah, and then she takes out and looks at. Didn't even remember that it was hers. Was just thinking, the person before has left this. Yeah, so not good luck.
You missed your chance. Just something like that.
Yeah. And then we get a shot where she's actually the one who is the owner of that lip gloss. So it's weird that she's been there before, and it's weird that he's brought her there twice now. I find that really strange that he picks her up from the same place.
And just like the madness of I think as like from watching things like Baby Reindeer and, you know, other shows with the themes of abuse, just the repetition, you know, like they like to go back to that same kind of person or that character, you know, or that, you know, that's what it seems like anyway. And it's just that almost like an addiction to that power dynamic over that particular person or that particular kind of person, you know. Yeah, sorry, you were saying. I probably cut you off now.
No, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. But overall really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Not one I would necessarily revisit anytime soon, just because like I say, when it all like flips over, it's a bit too much for me, and I'm not.
It's a bit rapey.
It's a bit rapey. I don't really like, you know, who does like rape? I mean, you know, no one should anyway. But it's a very interesting movie, done very well. Zoe Kravitz, well done, and the rest of the team. And tap it straight to my veins, her veins, everybody's veins. Go check out when you can. Blink Twice.
Thank you so much for listening or watching. I hope you enjoyed our review on Blink Twice. Who knows what the next episode will be. I've got a few more lined up, so stay tuned. I'm at Miles Reviews. That's Miles with a Y on most socials and active on most of the platforms. So please give me a follow, like, or subscribe, or whatever. Like I say, follow, like, and subscribe to the channel. Miles Reviews already taken. That's Miles with a Y. Miles Reviews already taken. And click the notification button just to stay up to date with any other videos. We've got the first thoughts and all that popping off. So hope to see you soon. God bless and all the rest.